Have you ever thought about writing a book? Well, I have written two books, and frankly, I wrote them for very different reasons. My first book, One Rental at a Time, bestseller, still very well, people still really enjoy the book. Thank you for all the support. That book I wrote for myself. I was somebody who had earned financial freedom after reading Rich Dad Poor Dad 15 years before the book was published. And I didn't really understand the journey. I didn't really document the journey. So when I broke down and wrote that first book, it was a very much a selfish endeavor. It really was never meant to be a book that was published. It only became that after some folks read it and said, you know what, you should really publish that. I wrote this second book, 15 Conversations with Real Estate Millionaires, for different reasons. What I want to do here is go through my why and then go through each chapter because this book was written for you, was written for my audience. I know real estate investing is slow. I know it is hard. I know what it means to believe it is possible. So let me go through the 5 reasons why I wrote this book. Let me tell you a little bit about each chapter because hopefully you will see something in this and you will enjoy it. So right in the beginning of the book, I list the 5 reasons why I wrote the book. One, I wanted to replicate the positive impact of my first book. Let me tell you, there's no better feeling than somebody picking up one rental at a time, reading it in a day or a weekend, and sending me a note. I put my email in that book several different times, and to get a note almost every day saying thank you, well done, you've encouraged me, I'm starting, I'm going to keep going, whatever it is. It's an amazing feeling. So I wanted to take a shot at replicating that great feeling. So that's step number one. Number two, I want to highlight real estate success that followed a different path than mine. Again, one rental at a time is only one path to financial freedom. It is only one path that real estate can take you. There are so many others. And what I wanted to do is document other stories. So inside this book, you will find 15 different stories. My hope is you find a couple that are important to you and you continually reread them. That was my vision. Number three, I want other success stories to resonate with you. Again, real estate is amazing, but it is also harsh, right? It really is slow. It really does throw curveballs. It really does test you. So again, I just felt it was important to put together a full book with different stories, different struggles, different outcomes, so that maybe you can hold on to something and keep going. I believe real estate investing is amazing and thus tries to kick you out. It tries to help you do something else. And thus, I wanted to provide you with some ammunition you could go back to and reread and get re-energized. Number four, I wanted you to see the spark that inspired other real estate investors. You get in this game for lots of different reasons. The outcome is amazing, but takes time. But sometimes you need to know why people started. Maybe you will find a similar why. You will find other people to follow on this journey. And then the final one is I wanted you to know you're not alone. It's hard for everybody. You will hear many struggles in this book. You will hear many outcomes in this book. You will hopefully see yourself in your journey in other people in this book. That is really why. So now let's just tell you a little bit about each chapter. There are again 15 amazing stories. Number one, guest one. He starts part-time, quits his job, and then goes full-time. Right? So this is somebody who had a full-time job, dabbled for a little while, ultimately deciding to change a career path and then going all in. How many of you have not visioned yourself about doing something in real estate and ultimately it becomes your full-time journey? Great story to start off chapter one. Guest number two quits the day job, quits W-2, understands the freedom number, and at the time of this writing was traveling the country in her RV with her husband and dog. Yes, that is April Crosley, in case you are wondering. Great story, great conversation. How about number three? Executing a BRRRR strategy while having a full-time job and young kids. Yes, it can be done. It is difficult, but it can be done. Not to be outdone, guest number four. This was important for me, right? Guest number three was talking about BRRRR, doing it full time or doing it with kids. Guest number four, BRRRR is sold as easy, but it is really risky for first timers. Guest number four, it was really important to understand that BRRRR really is an advanced strategy. It is possible. It is wonderful. I have done it. It is amazing, but it is an advanced strategy with lots of different outcomes. Number five, we had to do out-of-state investing. Out-of-state investing has its ups and downs. It is often sold as cheap. It can be done well, but you have to understand the risks involved. Number six, Dave Ramsey and the FIRE movement. This particular guest came after following Dave Ramsey's advice, and we broke it down. We talked about the mistakes, the opportunities, the changes. Again, lots of folks in the FIRE movement in Dave Ramsey. So again, just something to think about. Number seven, how strong is your why? Again, how strong? What are you doing? You're going to have lots of struggles, lots of ups and downs. You're going to be tested. And in this particular story, we go through lots and lots of things. Guest number eight buys a $2,000 mentoring course and dives in. Yes, many folks have done the 2,000, the 5,000, the 10, the 20, and others and done nothing. In this case, the individual actually takes action, and it was fun to watch what he had done. Guest nine bets on himself, starts a business from scratch. How many of you thought about just burning the bridges and going all in and starting from scratch? Well, great story here. Number 10, use first-time buyer programs to get on the property ladder. Who would not want to start with a 203K loan? Who would like to buy in Southern California? Yes, folks, guest number 10 is Meet Kevin. Meet Kevin was interviewed, and he talked about using 7K that he saved from working at Jamba Juice. Number 11, the grass isn't always greener in other markets. How many of you have started in one market, bounced to another market, only to see that maybe it's not greener on the other side? Yes, guest 11 is amazing. Guest 12, consider selling your portfolio as you turn 70. This one was particularly hard-hitting and moving for me. This was a young lady who is in her 70s who is now unwinding her portfolio, doing some seller carry and doing some hard money investing. What would you do when you're 70? How do you unwind the portfolio? It was a great conversation. Number 13, focus on property below the median. Again, we can talk about lots of different price points and the like, but again, the best or where you should focus certainly in the beginning is the entry level. Number 14, wealth is created via buy and hold. Again, you could create great income, you could create all these things, but they are not necessarily tax efficient. And it's certainly not a way to build wealth. And then finally, guest 15 watches HGTV and goes all in. How many of you have not seen a show and said, if those guys can do it, we could do it? Well, here's an example of someone who did just that and going forward. So again, there's a lot in this book, lots of stories. Something else I will tell you, if you ever buy or if you ever write a book, don't put pictures in it. I took the time to put pictures of the millionaires, and that is where price points go up. This is a $30 book, mainly because I was an idiot and put pictures in it. Yes, folks, don't do that. Yeah, Amazon really jacks up the price. But anyways, folks, Again, this book was written for you, the audience. There's 15 unique stories. My hope is you go through this book, you highlight the stories that are for you, and this is the book that I would read every night. Every night in our first 5 years, I was hungry for evidence, for proof that somebody else did it. That is why I wrote this book. I know it's hard. I know it's struggle. I know it tests you. That's why this book is here. I hope you enjoy it. Go get it on Amazon. And as a treat, I don't know if you know this, but you can also go to Audible. There'll be a link below. Go to Audible and you can have Dion from Dion Talk. He is the narrator on this book. So go get the book on Audible. There'll be a link below. Go check it out on Amazon and let me know what you think. Thanks. Take care. Bye.